So what do we say? Happy MoMondays, absolutely. Who's here for a good time?
The white people. They know how to do it. They know how to plan. And I'm going to give you an example. My neighbor, I'm just giving you one. Do you know how he plans his garden? His name's Dave. Freaking awesome. He plans his garden based on what birds and butterflies he wants in his garden. And I know you guys are going to be like, yeah, of course he does. I'm like, Dave, are you okay? He's like, yeah, he wants a hot dog, he wants a beer, and he wants to see those birds and butterflies having fun in his garden. So he'll plan accordingly. They're incredible with their planning. I'm like, I've got to imitate them.
Yeah, basically what had happened was I had been estranged from my mom for about 15 years. I left home when I was very young, and there I was, just kind of hanging out in the back of the bar, just kind of getting myself ready to go up on stage, and lo and behold, I see her coming in the room, and she comes in, she glances over at me, and then she just took off in the other direction. So I knew she was there in the room, and, you know, it kind of startled me a little bit. There was a lot of stories that I was going to tell, and I kept asking myself before and after, I was like, why did she want to be there? What was so important for her to be there and be that fly on the wall?
The next year, when they had the 2 movies out, we got the double header. Every Saturday afternoon, we saw the Beatles. I even saw them at Maple Leaf Gardens, scream my head off, along with all the other little teeny boppers that were there. And you know, Paul McCartney, he was my favorite. He had that dreamy eyes, that great voice, and you know, all the girls debated who was their favorite, but Paul was mine.
So I got as much courage as I could muster up, and I let her rip. I came back to reality, and the whole circle was laughing and laughing and laughing. And before I knew it, the kids were in front of me, and they were saying, "Do it again. Do it again."
And then, of course, my son, Ralston, says, Mom, have you ever cheated on anyone? And I'm like, well, I could be afraid and just not tell you the truth, and can I just make an agreement with you before I say anything? And he's like, they're both like, yeah. And I like, okay, if I tell you the truth, will you still love me? And they go, yeah. And they go, and I said, yes, I have fooled around on someone. Of course, the next question is, was it with Daddy?
I am on the vortex. Me, Bart Simpson, ex-girlfriend, and a train full of people laughing at me because they thought that I was so scared of this roller coaster that I needed the comfort of Bart Simpson. And I wish I was making this story up. The first turn on this roller coaster, this thing goes flying out of the roller coaster. Everybody on the ride starts screaming, "Oh my God! A child just flew out of the roller coaster! Oh my God!" They stopped the ride mid-ride. Everybody's looking at me like I'm O.J. Simpson, and I push this kid off the roller coaster. A guy who was smoking weed came up to me after, and he was very high because he said to me, "Bro, you hear what happened? Some black guy pushed an Asian kid off the roller coaster."
Who had fun?